Hello and welcome to Beautiful Chaos. I'm Tammy Ramsey,
And I'm Stacy Miller.
and we're here with a kind of new idea, and I'm pretty excited about it because I've never been in a book club.
Well, so that's what we want to talk to you about real quick. So we're just coming to you. You'll see this a couple of times before some of our episodes. So this is a lifestyle podcast. So we like to talk about, things that are happening at home, things that are happening with our kids and our spouses, health and fitness. And we were trying to think of other ways that we could incorporate other things in our lifestyle. And I like to read a little, not enough, but enough that I want to get you guys encouraged and get Tammy on board and have us all kind of reading a book together. So we decided, well, let's pick a couple of fun books and a couple of maybe like health related books. And then we're going to get together and we're going to talk about those books. So the first book we want to talk to you guys about is it's called The Third Gilmore Girl. And if you guys have heard this podcast for a while, you know that we're both big fans of Gilmore Girls. But what's great about reading somebody's autobiography, and this is Kelly Bishop's, obviously, The Third Gilmore Girl. The great thing about reading somebody's autobiography is I think it's a great resource on helping us in our own lives, because especially when you're talking about a celebrity or somebody who has really succeeded in some way in their life, it's great to read their story and how they came to their success, because she's just a regular girl who grew up in a regular town doing regular things that we all do every day. She just kept pushing and kept persevering and being in the right place at the right time and things like that. But her story is really fascinating. If you like Gilmore Girls, if you like theater, if you just like autobiographies at all, I encourage you guys to pick up this book. And then in March, we're going to have a podcast all about this book and how we liked it, what we liked about it, how it can relate to our own lives. And then Tammy, what's our next book?
So our next book is going to be Fat Chance, and it's Beating the Odds Against Sugar, Processed Foods, Obesity, and Disease, and it's by Robert H. Lustig, MD, and he is a pediatric obesity doctor, but he is so much more. I mean, he has multiple titles behind his name, and he's dealt with all kinds of obesity, and he talks about how, like, kids are, you can't say that a baby that's born that's, he had a 30-pound 6-month-old. That's not from overeating that child, right? There's something going on. So anyways, this is just it's a really good book. It's educational, and it will help encourage you and hopefully awaken you to go, wow, I really need to be aware of what I'm eating.
Yeah.
Because hey, another thing we talk about as a lifestyle is, how do you want to live? Like, do you want to live,
sedentary, or do you want to be in motion?
Exactly. Yeah. Longevity is key. And so this is one of the ways that you can, and it's a good read. So it's a really good read.
We'll link all of these books so that if you guys want to order them early, read them early, however you want to do it. The first one we're going to start off with is The Third Gilmore Girl. So look at getting that one, or download the audio book. I believe it's read by the author. But whatever you want to do to stay on top of that. If you don't read the book, that's okay, because we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
And we're still going to relate it to our lives and your life, and whatever we can take from it. But just real quickly, we'll talk about Fat Chance, like second quarter of the year. Third quarter, we're going to do one of Michael J. Fox's book, and it's called Always Looking Up. Anybody who knows anything about Michael J. Fox, with his Parkinson's diagnosis, he really had to fight to become incredibly optimistic and overcome adversity and overcome all of his odds. So he's written a bunch of actually really good books about his life, or about his Parkinson's, or how he's overcome. Mm-hmm. So we're going to read that one together, and how that can relate to our own lives and overcoming things in our life. And then fourth quarter, we're going to wrap it up with a book called Enough. And that one is co-written by Oprah Winfrey, as well as her endocrinologist that she's been working with to do her GLP-1 journey. And she talks a little bit about how she started the GLP-1, why it worked really well for her, and how she was going to beat GLPs and go off of it, and that did not work for her. And so now what she's doing in her maintenance, and if anyone sees anything on what she's been doing lately, she just turned 72. For her 72nd birthday, she did a 72-minute workout with all of her workout buddies. Wow. She's learned how to deadlift in her 72 years of age. She's also, yesterday I saw her doing kettlebell swings with like a 25-pound kettlebell. So that's what I want to be doing at 72. Right. So whether you are on the GLP-1 journey, you're not on the GLP-1 journey, in the end, this book is going to be about just making longevity choices for our health. So get on board with us.
Yes.
Join our little baby book club. We're just going to do 4 books for the whole year. So it's going to be super easy, 1 book per quarter. So again, we'll link those below, and then we'll chat about them once per quarter and just give you a little something else to listen to in our lovely lifestyle related podcast. So we hope you guys can all join us.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
See you next time.